Grand opening, grand closing.
Okay. I want to know how PlayStation gamers, Sony diehards, PlayStation fanboys, how ponies, whatever group, just anyone related to PlayStation, how we got involved. Other than the shit talking, how is the Xbox community pissed at us over a decision Microsoft is making? This is a $2 trillion company that's making decisions on their own shit. And somehow this shit falls on us. Now, you guys are wondering what the hell am I talking about? Well, rumor has it that one of Microsoft's first party games is going to be on a rival platform. Now, there's all bunch of discussions. The majority looks like it might be Hi-Fi Rush on the Nintendo Switch, right? That's so far what it looks like. And what the Xbox guys are concerned about, that this is like the crack in the armor, right? Or the crack in the dam before everything just blows open and stuff like that, right? Because what type of message do you send putting an Xbox first party game on a Nintendo Switch? Like, what is exactly you're trying to achieve, right? Is it a test run for more games? Like, some people are confused. Like, why is this happening? Why is Microsoft making this decision? Taking a game and putting it on a platform that is not considered Xbox ecosystem because it doesn't have Game Pass. So there's a lot of confusion and stuff like that, right? Now, some, like stages of grief, some are cool. Some like, well, as long as it's Nintendo and not PlayStation. When that kind of like trips me out, right? We'll talk about that. But let's talk about the main thing. How the hell is this a PlayStation gamer thing? Let's shout out to Apex JTV. This is his stance. Look at his note. He says, Sony diehards, if Xbox goes third party, your reality will consist of $600 to $800 plus PlayStation consoles, 80 to 120 first party games because they wouldn't have competition in price, less innovation in PS consoles and peripherals, and lazier first party game output. Sony will become more arrogant than early PS3 era. I know you like the console war. There will be no more of that on X. So you would need to find real purpose in life and actually find a real life. Be careful what you wish for. Bro, that's just cope. You're just coping, bro. You just coping, bro. This is just straight. This is just dumb why you treat here. Number one, you don't give a fuck about PlayStation consoles or fanboys and all that shit. So don't come like you trying to give us advice. You shit talked about the PS5 being not full RDNA, not full VRS, all the best multiplats, and all this stupid shit. Now we're gonna listen to you. Listen, if Sony creates an $800 console, then the market's gonna determine if it's valuable. If dudes don't want to pay $800 for a PlayStation console, then they won't. Nothing Sony makes is forced. Nothing. Okay? Nothing. Notice PlayStation consoles are selling a shit ton, but PlayStation VR 2 is not. Why? Because a lot of people don't want it. It's called choice. Right? So all this shit you trying to make Microsoft like, oh, Microsoft savior? Bro, Microsoft ain't shit. No one gives a fuck. Trying to make Microsoft like the last bastion of control. Oh, without Microsoft, you PlayStation. Get the fuck out of here with your shit. I don't give a fuck. Most places in the world don't even have Xbox in the stores. You guys act like Microsoft's this big worldwide brand for the last goddamn time. It's regional. Only certain areas be fucking with Xbox. The majority of the world don't care. It's not in the stores. No one looks at it. Okay? Listen, let me say this story again for all you new dudes. And this is a true story. This ain't a fucking lie. What I'm about to tell you is a true story. I was stationed in Germany, right? I was stationed in Germany. 2020, the year COVID, March is when I was moving. Months after that, things got crazy. But the day my furniture was being picked up, right, by government contracted movers, it was movers from the local economy, so it was a German company, right? They were packing up all my stuff. Certain items are considered high value, right? Game consoles fall under that, right? The dude grabs my, my PlayStation I got, but the dude grabbed my PSVR 1. My PSVR 1. He grabbed it. He already was already filling out the form. PlayStation VR 1. And then he looked and knew where the serial number was at. And he wrote down the serial number on a piece of paper. Didn't need my help or nothing. He was doing that to all these items. The TVs, all the high value stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Did that. Right? Notice I said PlayStation VR 1. He knew what it was. He wrote it down. Put the serial number. Then at a certain point after other stuff, he ultimately ends up grabbing my Xbox One Halo Terabyte Edition. The 1 terabyte Halo Edition. It says fucking Halo on the damn thing. Right? You can see the design, all that stuff. He grabs it. He looks at it. Then he looks at me and asks me, what is this? I said, that's an Xbox One. He goes, oh, so this is how it looks like. And he's like, you know where the serial number is at? And then I looked and I showed him. He knew what the PSVR 1 was, even knew what the serial number was at, but he had no idea what an Xbox One, especially the Halo Terabyte Edition, looked like. He never saw one. This is Germany. One of the largest economies in Europe. Bro, you don't realize Xbox is, I don't think you realize how irrelevant Xbox is in so many places across the world. And we're not talking third world countries, right? We're not talking like, the poorest countries in the world. First world, high profile countries. Xbox is nothing. Absolutely nothing. So don't come to us with this bullshit. This has nothing to do with us. This is Microsoft Corporation. This right here, this is all Microsoft. They're going to do what the hell they're going to do. The funny part is we told your asses, bro. We told you. That shit with Tim Stewart, him talking, and Wells Fargo should have opened your eyes, bro. The dude wasn't talking to gamers. Tim Stewart wasn't talking to gamers. He was talking on the Wells Fargo Summit. Wells Fargo is the 4th largest bank in the United States. The 4th largest bank. You think they fanboy in those summits? He wasn't talking to fanboys. This is not IGN Unlocked or any stupid shit. This is not Windows Central. It's a goddamn summit with financial specialists, with investors, people who are thinking, how can we make more money? What is the strategy of making more money? They don't care about console wars. Those terms aren't there in the boardroom. And if that shit should have told you, Tim Stewart told financial investors, literally, that Nintendo and PlayStation were not competitors. They were once would-be competitors. That's in the past. This is what he told financial experts, financial analysts, investors, not fanboys that be watching Xbox podcasts and shit. No, he's not talking to them. He's talking to real people, real movers, real money makers on a summit hosted by the 4th largest bank in the United States. That's where the real shit happens. That's where the real conversations be happening. You think real conversations happening on IGN Unlocked? Or Gamertag Radio, or any, you get the fuck out of here, bro. Y'all guys are bugging. And now you want to spin this where you ponies are going to be, no. Get out of here. They got nothing. Whatever stupid move Sony does, the market will respond. If Sony tries to create $800 consoles, and people are like, nah, I ain't fucking with that. I'll just stick with my old shit. Sony will respond. Sony be like, whoop, we went a bridge too far. Drop the price. If Sony tries to raise games to $120 and it causes less day one sales, because people will be like, nah, I'm going to wait till these price drops. I'll just stick to playing multiplats. I mean, fuck. You guys say we don't buy first-party games anyway. Now you're worrying about how much first-party games are like, all right, help me out here. Do we buy first-party games or we don't? Because if we don't buy first-party games, then they could price that shit at $500. No one buys them. We just buy Call of Duty and play Fortnite, according to y'all. No one buys first-party games. So raise them shit to $500 because no one buys them. Who's going to buy it? That's according to you guys. So, which way, bro? I'm confused. You guys confuse the fuck out of me. You say no one buys first-party games. It's all about third-party Call of Duty, man, and stuff. But then you could play all these first-party games going to be $120. Well, it's a good thing we don't buy them. It's a good thing. It's a good thing we don't buy first-party games. Right? Like, come on, bro. Less innovation on PS. You guys say they don't innovate anyway. Not full RDNA. No mesh shaders, remember? Come on, bro. Listen. Y'all need to stay. This is the one thing I will say about you Xbox dudes. You don't stay on goddamn topic. You guys suck at that shit. Stay on topic. Stay on your goddamn topic. The topic you need to discuss is this. And I'm going to help you. I'm going to give you the topic. Right? Topic number 1. Does Microsoft have an actual console strategy? Do they really have a console strategy, meaning a method to make their console bigger and more popular around the world? Or number 2, are they done with that strategy and now they're looking at Nintendo and PlayStation? They're taking advantage of what PlayStation and Nintendo established and using that to their advantage in order to spread their games worldwide. That's the honest conversation. But you guys are up PlayStation fanboys' ass. You can't have that conversation because you guys are in your fields. Be real. That's the conversation you guys have. I'm not going to have that conversation. I don't give a fuck. I'm not having that conversation. For what? Ain't no point. You guys should have that conversation. Have the honest conversation. Do you really believe Microsoft has a console-centric strategy to make that console more popular and get in the hands of more gamers around the world? Or are they done with that strategy and they're going to use what PlayStation and Nintendo established around the world and use that as leverage to get games into gamers' hands by using what PlayStation and Nintendo established globally? That's the decision. Now, I try to tell y'all this. This was me. When did I post this? This was December 18th. I said, if Xbox doesn't come out in January bragging about huge subscriber growth for Game Pass, we might see another quantum break moment before Xbox in 2024. It's July. If there was substantial growth in Game Pass, they would be saying it now. Kind of like how we're seeing all these console sales for PlayStation, right? The metric that don't matter no more, but Sony still talks about it. Well, if the metric is Game Pass and that's what counts, how come Microsoft says, hey man, we had the biggest holiday season ever. We had 12 million subscriber growth just in this month of December alone. Or over the holiday season, we had, whatever. Actually say the numbers. We're currently rocking at 50 million. Because I guarantee if they were at 50 million, they would have been said it. If Game Pass was at 50 million right now, they would have said it right now. They would have been said it. Boy, because that's huge news. But they didn't say shit. What are we getting? We're getting this rumor of an Xbox first party game going onto another platform, whether it's PlayStation, Nintendo, or both. Again, majority are thinking Hi-Fi Rush on Nintendo. But this is your quantum break moment. This right here, this statement right here that I said, woo, right here. Woo. If you were around back then, you know what I mean? Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Now, a lot of you were not around 2016, so I'm going to give you a quick recap. In 2016, Quantum Break was announced for PC when it was an Xbox exclusive, right? And then, of course, there was an argument whether it's good, it sucks, or whatever. But when it got announced for PC, and this was like one of the first times, not really the first time, but it was just a big shocker, that the game was getting announced day and date on PC. That was the thing. So Quantum Break was announced for Xbox, and then out of the blue, the announcement was, it's also going to PC. And everybody's like, wait a minute. You've been hyping this up as an Xbox exclusive, and now last minute, it's also coming to PC all at the same time. That caused an eruption for many Xbox gamers. Number one, primarily, was Crab Gamer. Woo! Crack Gamer and Phil Spencer actually got into a little tit-fit on Twitter, and it caused Phil Spencer to unfollow Crack Gamer. He no longer followed him, right? Phil Spencer's argument was he doesn't understand why a game being played on another platform would inhibit the enjoyment on Xbox gamers. And Crack Gamer was making a fight saying that, hey, this is exclusive, you advertise as exclusives, identity, we all know the argument of the exclusives and stuff like that. And Phil was like, he doesn't see it that way. He thinks that more people enjoying games will be, enjoyable. It is what it is. All the conversation you're seeing now about this rumor was had back then with Quantum Break, because now a lot of Xbox podcasts was having that discussion. If Quantum Break could go day and date, what is next? Is Halo gonna go day and date? Is this game? Is that game? What more can be known? What more games are gonna go day and date on different platforms and stuff like that? Eventually, what started out with Quantum Break, you guys now know the history. Microsoft eventually put all their stuff day and date on PC. All of it. That was the road. It started with Quantum Break, and it ended up with everything, right? The thing about this Quantum Break, this Hi-Fi Rush moment, don't let this bullshit about, oh, if it's just Hi-Fi Rush on Nintendo Switch, that's all right, just on PlayStation. That's not how it works, bro. You guys, like, this weird thing of, well, it's okay for us on Nintendo Switch because it doesn't really count. That's just pride and fandom. This doesn't make sense. The reality is Nintendo Switch is a separate system. What you have to look at it as, not about competition, it's about Microsoft's attempt of using the Nintendo platform to their advantage to get their games more access to more gamers. And they're going to leverage Nintendo to do that. Specifically, let's say if it's Hi-Fi Rush. But it's not going to stop there. Now, what makes you think it's going to stop there? So they're going to put Hi-Fi Rush, and let's say it does reach a broader audience. Let's say it results in more game sales. It results in more money. Let's say the metric of how much they spent to port the game versus how much they got back was a great return of investment. You think that's just going to stop there? You think it's just, okay, it was just a one-time thing of making profit and making more money. We're not going to do it to anything else. It's just going to be Hi-Fi Rush Nintendo. That's it. It was just, it's just one game. No strategy. It's just blah. Put this one game just because fuck it. That's why. You don't think there's an actual effort and plan. You know, what Microsoft's doing is what they did before. Slow cradle drip until you guys just get used to it. You guys just get used to it. You can cry all you want. You could go after PlayStation dudes. It don't goddamn matter. They're going to put their games because they're going to get more return on investment, because at this point, they're not going to invest the money to try to take market share and mind share away from Nintendo and PlayStation. They're not going to do that. They're not going to invest in that. They already invested more money than any gaming company has ever had. They paid $69 billion in Activision, another $6 billion on Bethesda. They're not going to keep investing billions globally to try to win mind share and market share. They're not going to do that. What they're going to do is they're going to take advantage of the platform that's already deep and ingrained in the regions all around the world. Nintendo is already there. They already planted their ground and planted their seed all around the world. PlayStation's already there. They already did the work. They already have the mind share. They're already everywhere. Okay? Microsoft's not going to build a new house. They're just going to go move into the houses that's already in there. There's no reason for them to start over or to try to invest, to try gain market share and potentially still fell out of it. No, they see what's already out there. They see what's already in the game hands, especially with acquiring Activision. They are looking at the books and they really see the numbers PlayStation provides. They really see where PlayStation's at globally. So they're not going to try to invest billions and billions to see how many they can steal. No. PlayStation already did the legwork. Nintendo already did the legwork. They are everywhere, all around the world. They are already in regions of the world where Xbox is literally non-existent. No relevance whatsoever. And Microsoft is not going to spend the billions to try to make their console relevant in areas where it's not. Nintendo's already there. PlayStation's already there. We're going to go, Microsoft's going to use those assets. They're going to treat Microsoft's going to treat PlayStation and Nintendo as assets to push their own agenda. They want their games in more places, and they're going to use those platforms to do that. Along with PC, along with TV, along with phones. If you're a gaming device, Microsoft is coming for you, right? If goddamn refrigerators start playing AAA games, Microsoft's going to come after you. Any device that can play AAA games and indies and all that stuff, Microsoft is coming after you. They're going to use your platform to spread their games. That's Microsoft in a nutshell. This whole competition is over. It's done. Microsoft will use other people's efforts so that way Microsoft can attain their own goals. They're not going to do hold this mind share competitive. They're not doing that. They don't give a shit about that no more. That shit's over with, right? The only difference is Phil Spencer's not an idiot. He understands the console war mentality. He understands social media, things going viral. He gets it. He's not stupid. So him and his marketing team are handling this, right? They're handling they're handling this whole area very gently. Very gently. But make no mistake. They're going in this direction. This direction's done. Okay? Your fandom, your pride is holding you back from the damn obvious. Okay? Listen. It's over. It's only a matter of time. Now, the real question, again, another question you need to ask is, how is Microsoft going to handle this? Because they have options. It doesn't necessarily mean they're going to put all their games day and date on PlayStation. Nintendo doesn't even necessarily mean Nintendo PlayStation get all the games. I mentioned before, Microsoft has multiple options. They could easily support Game Pass supported devices and platforms with day one. And then platforms like Nintendo and PlayStation, they're going to have to wait at least a year or two before they could get Microsoft games. And they may not get all of it. Some games will just be on Nintendo. Some games will just be on PlayStation. But neither platform is going to get all the first party. You know, it could be separated. Nintendo will get these games that Microsoft might feel these games fit best in Nintendo. And PlayStation, you'll get these games. But if you want the console that gets all the first party games and you want it the day they release, you got to get Xbox console. Choose how you want. If you're cool to wait and get some of the games because you prefer PlayStation, cool. Enjoy. If you prefer Nintendo, cool. And you're willing to wait and enjoy this, get cool. But if you want everything because you're starting to like Xbox games and you don't want to wait a year, you got tired of waiting a year, and you're a console gamer, got to get an Xbox. Right? And that's why I caveated with console gamers. Because obviously PC gets it day one. But some gamers don't like PC. They just don't want to play on PC. And that's all right. So there's options Microsoft can take. Whole bunch of options. But the reality is, that's on Microsoft. The hell is wrong with y'all? Y'all mad at the audience that ain't making the decision. This has nothing to do with us. At worst, you could say they shit talk. But shit talking doesn't mean nothing. The decision is in the hands of Microsoft. Talk about them. Stay on topic. But the ponies, bro. We're not the board members. The hell is wrong with you? Have that combo with Microsoft. Go there. Don't be crying at us, at PlayStation fans. You know? Got nothing to do with us. We ain't make the decisions. Anyway, you let me know about what you feel. If you're an Xbox fan, let me know how you feel. Go in the comment section. Type out your thesis. Let me know what you think about this. Did you see this coming? Did you already know? Or were you blinded because all these Xbox content creators kept denying the reality? I don't know. The only friend is YouTube Streets PorterRock77. I'm out of here. Peace.
Grand opening, grand closing.